The science of nutrition is full of misconceptions and wrong ideas. So it's high time we try and get rid of them. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Healthy Drive. I am Dr. Tanmay Dash, and today I am going to dispel some of the nutritional misconceptions that are there. When we study medicine, nutrition is a very neglected subject. In my entire career of medical college, I hardly remember a class in nutrition other than maybe on vitamins. And this is a fact which is true for all over the world. Now, this global neglect of nutrition as a subject has had disastrous consequences. That nutrition can be therapeutic, that it can be used to treat diseases, is something which is we are not ready to accept. In fact, we kind of look down on somebody who will suggest that nutrition can be used as a therapy. But it is a fact that we are what we eat, and in that context, the neglect of nutrition has been a very unfortunate one. Let's see what we can do to dispel some of the misconceptions. Misconception number 1: breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, yes, if you do not have it. Let me take you back to our evolution. When we evolved as human beings, we were hunter gatherers for 99% of our existence. Now, during that time, either we had to hunt or to gather our food before we could get to eat them. And this was true till very recently, even after the onset of the industrial age, that people had to go out and work and get their first meal of the day. Breakfast as the most important meal of the day has been a marketed concept, and it was marketed by a cereal manufacturing company about 100 years back. And since then, as it happens, a marketed concept becomes popularly accepted. So even if you look at it physiologically, when you get up in the morning, you are in a fasted state, and your serum insulin level is low, your sugar levels are low, and your body is tapping into your body fat and getting energy from there, and actually you are burning fat. But what happens is, as soon as you have breakfast, as I told you in my previous episode, your sugar level shoots up, your insulin level shoots up, so does your cholesterol levels and triglyceride level. So that very moment your fat burning stops. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day is not necessarily true. Misconception number 2: that you need to eat multiple times throughout the day. Most of the advice given by mainstream medicine and nutritionists is that you should have 3 meals and 3 snacks, and the fact that you should eat small meals throughout the day. Now, as I have told you before, what happens is, every time you eat a meal, your blood insulin level shoots up, and it always remains high and never gets to settle down. And if your insulin level never settles down, it clings on to the body fat and does not allow fat burning. Not only that, chronically raised insulin leads to hyperinsulinemia and later on to insulin resistance. So if this happens over the years, this only gives rise to metabolic health issues. So eating small meals throughout the day in the long run will result in metabolic disorders. So it is not a good idea, and it is a misconception. What you should be doing is eating 2 or 3 times a day, which are solid meals, and if possible eat just 2 times a day and keep a long period of fasting in between. Yes, that is what is known as intermittent fasting, which I will be discussing with you later. Misconception number 3: that no matter whatever you eat, all calories are the same. That is a very unfortunate misconception, because if you get 500 calories from a sugary drink and you get 500 calories from good food like vegetables or eggs or protein, it is not the same at all, because the sugary energy will make your insulin go high and it will cling to your body, it will cling to the fat, and even if you want to burn it off, it will not be possible because your insulin levels are remaining high. Whereas if your calories come from protein and come from fat, it will not impact your insulin levels and it will be very easy for the body to burn it off. So all calories are not the same. This concept that all calories are the same has been given by certain wellness experts and companies which manufacture sugary foods and sugary drinks, so that they can give you the idea that no matter whatever calories you take, you can burn it up and that will help the sales. So it is very much, once again, a marketed concept. Misconception number 4: to lose weight, you must eat less and exercise more. Now, this is a very big misconception because, as I have described to you in one of my previous episodes, you do not gain weight because you are eating more. You gain weight because your fat cells are accumulating fat due to some reason, because they are irritated due to some inflammation. Hence, eating less to lose weight does not help. Eating less will only make you more hungry. All the studies that has been done of eating less have resulted in more hunger. This has also been published in medical literature. So has been the other concept, that exercising more. It has been also been shown very clearly that exercising more without getting your nutrition right is not going to help you to lose weight, and that will just make you work harder, but weight loss will not occur. And if you extrapolate the graph of eating less and exercising more, you will land up in running a marathon every day and yet not lose any significant weight. So it is a fact that you cannot outrun a bad diet. So unless you get your nutrition right, you will not be able to lose weight. So even if you run for 3 months, all you will lose is 3 months. Misconception number 5: you need carbohydrates for energy. Now you must have heard this from so many people and read it in the newspapers and in the media. Now let me go back to one of my previous episodes, episode number 3 for example, where I told you that the food that we eat basically has 3 macronutrients: the carbohydrates, the protein and the fats, of which protein are the building blocks of the body, and your body fuel sources come from either carbohydrate or fat. So it is not a fact that we need only carbohydrates for energy. The body can burn alternative fuel, which are the fat for energy. There are essential amino acids, there are essential fatty acids, but there are no essential carbohydrates. So the body can actually do without carbohydrates. Let me tell you the story of Professor Stephenson. He was an anthropologist who stayed with the Eskimos or the Inuits. So during that time, he ate their food, that is only animal food, because there are no vegetables grown there. So he ate only fat and protein, and when he came back from there, he was absolutely fine and healthy. The Western world did not believe what he said. So he was put in a hospital. He volunteered, of course, and they measured his blood levels of lipid profile and other essential tests every day for 1 full year during the time which he ate only protein and fat, and found that it did not impact his health in any way and he was absolutely fine. So it is a misconception that you need only carbohydrates for energy. Coming to our country, it is a fact that we eat a lot of carbohydrates, whereas in the past we would tolerate them because of the nature of the rice, which was more complex, and the nature of the wheat. But today the rice and the wheat which is available now is absolutely nothing but sugar, and more people are becoming intolerant to the carbohydrates and the refined carbohydrates that we are eating. So much so that it has become a cause of all the metabolic diseases. So it is not true that you need only carbohydrates for energy. Your body can burn a much better fuel, which are your own body fats, and that can be decided by you, because you can adjust your nutrition to make your body burn fat as a fuel. So these are the 5 misconceptions that we have cleared up today. Stay tuned for more, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this with your friends who may be very much in need of this information, because as I told you, you are what you eat, and it is very important that you get rid of the misconception in nutrition if you are to remain healthy and free from lifestyle diseases. I'll see you next time. Tata.